All right, welcome everybody to another Tech Talk Tuesday. Today is a very exciting video. As you can tell, my new Dakota digital gauges have arrived for the Dodge Challenger, and I can't be more excited to show you what we've got here. Now, this is something I've been waiting for years for Dakota Digital to come out with. I keep harassing them at SEMA for probably a good decade now, asking them to make these gauges, and finally, the day has come, and I was one of the first people to go ahead and order a set. They became available in September, and I placed my order as soon as I found out they were available. And here we are, a couple months later, they have arrived, and I'm really excited to show you what's in here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see if we can open these up. As you can see here, we've got the brand new RTX gauge cluster from Dakota Digital for the e-body Mopars. Now, what I really love about the RTX gauge series is they look so close to the factory original gauges, but they give all the modern updates with all the modern internals, and then having it backlit instead of overhead lit, which was really what prompted me to go ahead and want to change my instrument cluster out, because the factory ones during night driving are just so difficult to read because the overhead lighting is just so terrible. But this solves that problem because these are all backlit, and you can even change the colors to whatever suits your fancy. And the Dakota Digital kit is great. I mean, it comes with everything you need. It comes with all of your wiring harnesses. It comes with a brain box, all of your sensors, adapters. I mean, everything you could possibly need. And of course, all of the installation manuals that you could possibly want to learn about. So we're gonna go ahead in a future video, show you how to install these. I've been going through the installation manual so far, and it looks super easy. And the nice thing is it bolts into the stock locations, so it goes right in. When you look at the back, it's super clean. There's only a couple of harnesses you have to plug in, and then you just have to go ahead and mount your brain box and run your wiring, and then some minor setup work, and that's it. Now, the most difficult part of this installation, I believe, is gonna be finding a location to mount this brain box. I'm gonna do some research, figure out where I wanna go ahead and do that. If I wanna mount it somewhere under the dash frame, if I wanna mount it somewhere behind a kick panel. They do recommend not directly behind the firewall, where it can get a lot of interference from the engine bay electronics. So we're definitely gonna steer clear of there. It seems so far in initial research, people are liking to mount them behind the kick panel. We'll go ahead and take a look at that and see if that's a good option. But yeah, so far, I'm super excited about these gauges. They turned out great. Here is the original for comparison. We'll go ahead and pull the lens off because it's a little dirty. Oh no, we won't. I put the pins back in, so. But here's the original gauges for comparison, and as you can tell, they're pretty close in appearance. There's some slight differences, but to the naked eye, just walking by at a quick glance, you're not gonna be able to tell. So I'm really looking forward to doing this installation and showing you how I do this installation to help you guys with your future projects as well. This is something that has been a long time coming. Like I said, I've been harassing Dakota Digital for probably a good decade now at SEMA show for these. They came out with their, at least the HVX line, and those were okay, but the first set that they did, instead of having the clock and then the 4 gauge here, they put 2 gauges here and 2 gauges here, and just the proportions didn't look right. They then re-updated that HVX line and offered a gauge system that had the 4 here and the clock here, and that's a great setup. But the font and the cover just doesn't give you the classic look. It's great if you're really trying to modernize and do like a pro touring build, but if you're doing something like me where you're trying to update the car, but at the same time make it look and feel like the original, this is definitely the way to go with this new RTX line, because it definitely has that character that you're looking for to maintain the original look of the vehicle. So that's today's video. I hope you guys found this information useful as always. If you did, smash that like button, give us that thumbs up. It helps me out tremendously with that YouTube algorithm. And as always, if you want to be kept up to date with my future videos, where things like installing these gauges, working on my new Barracuda project, or any other multitude of things that I come out with. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button down below and ring that notification bell as well, so that way YouTube will keep you up to date with all the videos that I do in the future. And I've also included in the link below a link to these gauges, so that way you can go ahead and check them out. They don't keep most of their gauges in stock, so there is a lead time. I think it's somewhere between 8 and 12 weeks at this point. I placed my order for these in early October, and they showed up at the end of December. But this is also a brand new line for them, so if you're in a hurry, take a deep breath, relax, and just enjoy the wait, because they are definitely worth the wait. And I've also included in the link in the description below links to the vlogging equipment that I use to make these videos, as well as the detailing products I use to keep my cars looking fresh and amazing. So clicking on those links definitely helps me out and the channel out, keep things going and growing. So if you could go ahead and click on those links, I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, guys, I will see you the next video.